trying to do something to get arrested though. Like, I'm trying to.
You already did. That's why you're sitting right here. That's why you're sitting right
Shove
here.
a stick up your. If I get 6 to jump you and beat the fuck out of you and shove some shit up your. Shut the fuck talking to me. You going to hell. Yeah, right.
That's like
down.
9 right there.
Shut the fuck
Like 9.
I'm not gonna say nothing else except that you're an old dusty bitch and you're a crusty ass 4'1", you dumb ass bitch, and you haven't got a haircut in 6 months.
Exactly 1 year after her ugly split with ex-label boss Lil Yachty, Karrahbooo is somehow spiraling even deeper, as not only is her beef with Yachty still getting worse by the week, but despite arguing that she is completely innocent, after we reviewed the full surveillance footage from her recent arrest, along with her viral body cam video, it's painfully obvious that Karrahbooo has not learned her lesson.
Go get my ID, mommy. I know, I need to know that you take your medicine. Don't ever ask me that in my life. Put more. Oh my God, you thinking about the things that's... Mom, you didn't put nothing. Press it. Press the lip gloss. I know, I'm getting something off your lip. Mom, they're not playing around. Squeeze the lip gloss. Mom!
Get in.
Karrahbooo's arrest footage is straight up embarrassing, only destroying her reputation even more. But although we will break down and answer if her arrest was actually justified in just a sec, first, in order to fully do that, we have to understand this is far from Karrahbooo's first viral meltdown. Prior to whining like a little girl about her lip gloss and then screaming at cops telling them to go to hell, Atlanta rapper Karrahbooo initially began working as Lil Yachty's personal assistant.
First of all, me and Bo were band friends. We been friends. Well, I was concrete before I was a rapper. We were already friends. Then one day he was like, do you want to be my assistant? I need someone I could trust, blah, blah, blah. And you could just come around with me all, everywhere. It's gonna be fun. So I'm like, sure.
Included in part of this hour-long video from 3 months ago where she explains her side of the situation in detail, in between obnoxiously chomping on gum.
And then he's like...
Regardless of the numerous fan theories that Karrahbooo and Lil Yachty's relationship was a bit more personal, which have only been fueled further by these text messages she shared, where we can read they say that they love each other. At least as they claim though, their friendship was strictly business. However, that was until one day when Yachty fired her. Yet, as it turns out, getting fired was exactly what Karrahbooo needed to launch her music career.
After that, I became his assistant, and we got really close during that. And then he fired me, and then I dropped a song, first song that I ever made, and then he called me and was like, what's up with it? Signed. Now he we super close. He funny as fuck, and he's a good person, he actually cares.
I guarantee she would not be saying that today. But as the story goes, after getting fired by Yachty and then releasing her debut single a month later, on this very same day in 2022, came a phone call from a familiar voice.
The same day I dropped it, Bo calls me after not talking to me for a month. He calls my phone. I swear to God, on my little sister, on myself, on my mom, on my dad. He calls my phone and he's like, you trying to do this together?
Karrahbooo would officially sign to Lil Yachty's Concrete Boys record label and collective in 2023, joining fellow rappers Draft Day Camo and DC 2 Trill. However, ever since the first day when she was added to the crew, it was very clear Karrahbooo was the least liked member. And honestly, just after watching some of these clips, it's pretty easy to see why.
Buddy, nice place you got. You can back up while I'm talking to Cole. You had a nice little festival going on and stuff like that. And Cole, you are that nigga.
Every time we're in Chicago, he's never even here, so he might not.
I'm also the first. I'm the first to do a lot. I'm the first to be a concrete girl.
You think it's that simple, huh?
Yeah, so I'm finna do the same.
Shit, you got a lot to learn, buddy.
No, you got a lot to learn. I pretty much ate better than any explanation. No cap.
She said enough.
Karrahbooo's obnoxious and I'm better than you stuck-up attitude has been on display now countless times. And while in my opinion none more embarrassing than her 2025 arrest, the same attitude issues though and constantly treating other people like shit was also one of Lil Yachty's main arguments during his infamous Instagram Live. A 10-minute long Instagram rant, which, to put it simply, destroyed Karrahbooo's reputation in one night.
If you want to tell this shit, tell the whole story. Go ahead, tell people how you verbally abuse people. Alright? Don't get on here and make it seem like niggas kicked you out cause bullying you. Bro, go ahead, tell people how you talk to people. How you tell my security guard, oh, you homeless, oh, you're poor, and we above you, and how you talk to people like they nothing.
Lil Yachty's viral live back in August of 2024 began by not even referencing his artist Karrahbooo's actual music, but rather her out-of-pocket behavior. However, how did the pair's beef even start? Well, after fans noticed that Karrahbooo had mysteriously been removed from the Concrete Boys' Instagram, with speculation spiking, Lil Yachty was then forced to break the news for fans of Karrahbooo's departure from his label. However, as you will immediately notice, he was way more calm back when this first started.
I don't want to say this. I'm gonna say this shit one time, right? We have split ways with Karra as far as this Concrete. I have nothing to say, nothing bad to say, nothing negative to say about Karra. I wish her the best.
In addition to wishing her the best, Yachty also stated he would never talk about this again. Yet, that was though until 2 weeks later, when this tweet from a Red Lobster employee who met Karrahbooo was posted claiming that Karrahbooo was upset and mistreated by her label boss. So, to then give his side of the story, Yachty would again take to IG Live and reveal far more than just her bad attitude.
Internally, we have withheld your actions since the beginning of me giving you this career. What are we talking about, bro? What the we even talking about, bro? You don't even do nothing. Yo, bro, it's so crazy to me, bro, because I've given you a career, and time to time you just disrespect me. I wrote every verse you've done. What are we talking about? I changed your life, and you on here lying, talking about some we bully you? That got me fucked up, bro. You got me up, bro. You disrespectful, bro. You talk to people crazy. You $900,000 in a hole, and I got every receipt. $900,000 Concrete in a hole. I got every receipt. I'm gonna post it. I dare you. Try me. Try me. I'm gonna post it.
Lil Yachty did not hold back, stating that not only does Karrahbooo allegedly owe $900,000 in debt to his label, but whether you want to believe him or not, he went on to claim that he is the one responsible for actually writing all of Karrahbooo's music. From her most popular singles Running Late and Box the 40, to then, of course, her viral On the Radar freestyle. As we have since learned though through concrete evidence, Karrahbooo did in fact not write her viral verse. Take a listen here to Yachty's reference track that he went on to leak as proof.
Trust to knock off the dust. Or with that sack under my arm, stacking up a must.
Ain't no nigga that I trust to knock off the dust. Walk her that sack under my arm, cause stacking up a mud.
I wrote that verse when we went on the Radar. I put 808 specifically on your verse. So when it got to your part and the beat dropped, everyone would be like, oh, the girl is the craziest one. I wrote that verse the night before we even went on the Radar. On my phone.
As you'd expect, following this online backlash, Karrahbooo tried to fight back and stand up for herself. But combined with asking her ex-boss multiple times to please stop bullying her, after telling us that she was being silenced from speaking the full truth, 2 months later, Karrahbooo appeared as a guest on DDG's podcast to finally say this about the rumors.
I've been ready to drop since. You feel me? Like, I was never allowed to drop before. Bo used writers for Let's Start Here. He had a whole team of writers. Like, what are you doing, bro? He can't. My bad. Ugly. Next.
No, everybody.
Keep that.
Attempting to clear up the allegations while also throwing more shade at Lil Yachty in the process, no one has ever wrote for me just to be clear, Boat fired back. But while Karrahbooo just continued to argue the opposite, before 2024 was over, with her reputation already in the mud by this point, Karrahbooo decided to take to Snapchat and get some things off her chest.
Since you already think I'm on internet and all this weird shit, like, let me just go ahead and just do that for you. Like, playing with me, playing with my money, my opportunities, my face, like lying on my name. I got a line between my forehead because I'm stressed out, bitch. I know y'all's Lord and Savior, Lil Yachty, said he dropped me. He lied. I'm still on the contract. I wish he dropped me, but he won't let me go, so. Yo, bro, I put it on my dad. I put it on my sister. I put it on everything I love. I do not owe $900K. I promise to God, I have nothing to lie about.
According to Karrahbooo's side of the story, Lil Yachty has basically been holding her hostage and still hasn't legally dropped her from his label in an effort to apparently sabotage her career, thus meaning that without their permission, she couldn't release music like she wants.
I mean, speaking of new music though, looking into 2025, do you have plans for a project? Will we get an EP, anything from you coming soon?
I pray to God I'm able to release a project.
Yeah.
I have music just
sitting
in my notes app looking at me like, let me out.
What's holding it? What's keeping it in bondage? Things out of your control.
Paperwork.
However, as the year of 2025 rolled around, just when it appeared like the situation could not possibly get any worse, in addition to getting photographed for her first mugshot in jail, nobody could have ever predicted what happened next. With her back against the wall, Karrahbooo did the unthinkable and became an Uber Eats driver. Nah, I'm just joking. Aside from various fake memes though, circulating the internet, although we had all hoped that her and Yachty had patched things up behind the scenes and we were finally done hearing about this, they quickly proved us wrong. We are now on month 11 of Lil Yachty keeping me in a deal just to be petty, and to keep me from releasing music and moving on with my life, reads the since deleted tweet back in April. Guess the lying on my name, trying to turn everyone against me, wasn't enough. I'm tired of y'all trying to bully me and y'all eating this man because he's a big artist with a lot of money. Y'all believe in everything he says. He said he dropped me, I'm still signed. He said he would show y'all receipts of me owing 900k. LMAO, where they at? We still waiting. Saying I'm a mean person is crazy as well. Everyone I meet has nothing but nice things to say about me. This shit is annoying AF. Yeah, there's a lot to unpack there. About that part though, about not being a mean person.
You're a loser! Bitch, you look nothing!
However, Karrahbooo did not stop there, going as far as to then even bring Lil Yachty's kid into their drama, who he keeps out of the internet spotlight on purpose. You have a daughter, and you treating women like this is mind-blowing. Like, I know you never see her, but still that doesn't make sense how evil this man is to women. Not just me. Y'all gotta stop believing shit this weirdo says, Yachty fired back shortly after in response. Everything she says is a lie. All you literally have to do is sign the paper. You're gonna make more money than I owe you off releasing me. You dragging it, and you started this whole shit by the way. All I ever did was defend myself about the lies you told. To Temu Label's CEO. Kara, stop playing victim, bro. Their back and forth continued. I don't speak to you and I don't speak about you. You tweet about me every couple days. If I'm stopping you from dropping music, then prove it. Show any documents. By this point, Yachty wanted nothing to do with his former artist Karrahbooo ever again. As we're about to see, playing victim is also what Karrahbooo did during her viral arrest. However, in an effort though to win back the internet, back in April, Karrahbooo actually obeyed Lil Yachty and went on to post this screenshot, showing one of her recent songs getting taken down off of YouTube. But the truth is though, if we zoom in a little closer, and as Yachty himself would point out, a record that you didn't clear, bro. LMAO, it got flagged because you used a sample and you didn't get it cleared, you just dropped it. In an effort to then put things to rest for hopefully a final time, 3 days later, Lil Yachty would go live again on his Instagram with 12 million followers, this time revealing more about what's truly been going on.
What happened was, she said that she thought she had deals on the table, right? Nobody was trying to sign her, right? So she thought I was holding her a deal and wouldn't sign the paperwork, but there was no deal. And she got a deal, right? And the deal came, and it was, I didn't care what the deal was. I don't care how much money it was. I really don't care, right? I said, okay, cool, I'll sign the paperwork. That's fine, I don't care. But before I sign that paperwork, I want my jewelry back, right? My earrings, 8-carat earrings, my watch, everything else. And you can go, right? But see, the thing was, she went on streaming tours, so she didn't want to give me my jewelry back.
Claiming that all Yachty wanted was for Karrahbooo to give him those concrete chains and jewelry back, which remember he had also referenced from earlier. And while the top comment theorizes that you already know she sold those chains a while ago, Yachty wasn't finished trying to clear the air.
Say, hey, as soon as you bring me my jewelry, you can do whatever you want. I don't want nothing to do with you. I'm not here to hold you. By the way, in the midst of all this, I said, hey, you can drop music whenever you want to. Whenever you want to, you can drop your music.
After saying again that he is in no way holding Karrahbooo back from dropping new music, aside from more tweets like this one from her about the internet believing everything they see without evidence, then also came this post in response. I been gave the chains back, she typed. Before, of course, ending with another insult, you so gullible and a loser.
You had an artist leave the group, your label, Karrahbooo. Uh-oh. What happened? You gonna fix it?
I tried. I really did try. I tried to. Man, I try. I care so much for her. It just didn't work out.
As it stands, the two's beef is basically a he said versus she said sort of situation. However, one thing is undeniable. Today, we only hear about Karrahbooo when it involves drama. Having not released a solo single song on streaming platforms since 2023, and now having dropped under 500,000 monthly listeners on Spotify, while again, she will argue that it's her label holding her back, only 1 month after her latest tweets attacking Yachty, Karrahbooo's career and reputation took another detrimental hit. When it was first announced that Karrahbooo would be performing as an opening act for Key Glock's Glockavelli Summer 2025 tour, this honestly seemed like a great decision, attempting to put drama behind and move on with her actual music. That was until the event switch went down at her show in Georgia. So what exactly happened? Well, after a successful set in front of fans at the Coca-Cola Roxy in Cobb County, Georgia, as the cameras show, Karrahbooo would step out of the venue for a moment as she says to use the bathroom, but when she then tries to re-enter the backstage area with another person, who allegedly doesn't have a backstage access pass, things quickly get out of hand. And as soon as her body cam footage right here surfaced onto the internet in August and blew up, I'll just let you guys take a look for yourself.
I want to do something to get arrested though. Like, I'm trying to.
You already did. That's why you're sitting right here. That's why you're sitting right
Shove
here.
a stick up your If I get 6 to jump you and beat the out of you and shove some shit up your bitch. Shut the talking to me. You going to hell. Shut the up, bitch. Y'all arrested a girl for no reason.
In addition to spitting at officers' feet while claiming that they were arresting her for no reason, although you're also about to see the full physical altercation that led up to this moment, after a brief prayer trying to calm herself down, Karrahbooo was right back to her angry self.
Bruh, God, please protect me and keep me from just keep me from tweaking. You a bitch. You a little punk ass. Chicken legs. The everything you stand for is disgusting. You're disgusting. You're immorally incorrect, bitch. You're going to hell. God told me to tell you, my bad. I'm not going to say nothing else except that you're an old dusty bitch and you're a crusty ass 4'1", you dumb ass bitch, and you haven't got a haircut in 6 months. You stupid ass nigga.
With Karrahbooo's mom also coming out onto the street in mass confusion, who ironically also happened to be wearing a shirt that read "Protect Karrahbooo at all costs" on the back of it, but even she wasn't able to calm down her own daughter.
It happened. It was another officer that dealt with the situation.
You don't know what happened, so why are you talking? Your teeth are crooked as and you need chapstick. Mom, they're going to hell. God just told me in my ear. Okay.
I don't take nothing personal off the insults,
He
but
is bad, bro. I'm telling you, bro. He arrested me for nothing. Go home. Did you take your medicine? Go get my ID, mommy. I know. I need to know, did you take your medicine? Don't ever ask me that in my life, especially in front of these odds. Right. Put more. Mom, you didn't put nothing. Press it. Press the lip gloss. I know. I'm getting something off your lip. Mom, they're not playing around.
you have her ID.
Squeeze the lip gloss. Mom.
Get in.
Squeeze the lip gloss on my lip.
That's enough.
Ridiculously complaining about her lips to help make her mugshot look better. Even on the ride over to the station though, Karrahbooo still wouldn't be quiet.
Y'all are horrible people, by the way. I literally got in trouble for doing nothing. But it's okay, because good thing there's cameras. So y'all are all going to jail. And I hope your whole family goes broke and y'all all broke. You're a horrible person. You're sending innocent women to jail. Like, I just performed at that shit. And then I got slammed to the ground, kicked in the head, and going to my dressing room. Like, you're going to jail overly, gang. And you're white. Oh, it's over with. You're done. You're cooked.
But rather than the officers going to jail though, like she tried to say, according to reports, rapper Karrahbooo was actually the one arrested after allegedly hitting a concert staff member at the venue. The now 28-year-old was then released on a $1,000 bond, but not until after being charged with misdemeanor simple battery. She is 28 but acts like she's 12, the top comment reads. Yachty told us she talks to people crazy. I see what he meant by that.
Now the funny part about it, what Yachty was saying about Karrahbooo, bad attitude, treats people like she's beneath them, just intolerable. It's always an incident like this that proves exactly what someone was saying. And looked like they beat up some security guard because they probably felt disrespected. Like, yo, I was just on stage. What the do you mean I can't go where I want to go?
I'm innocent 100%, tweeted Karrahbooo on June 4th, 3 days after her arrest. As we know, there are two sides to every story. And while yes, the way she acted out on the police was very extreme, if I was being wrongfully arrested, I would also be upset too. So with that being said, was Karrahbooo's crash out on the police actually valid? I didn't nobody. I got slammed by a big ass male security guard for walking past him trying to get to the dressing room with my name on it, after I got off stage with my credential on my neck and an escort. Reads this tweet on August 15th, immediately after her body cam footage hit the internet. So yes, that made me crash out, cause I never touched anybody. And I have the video from the venue, and everybody is getting sued. Have a good day. once again stating that the venue surveillance camera would reveal the truth. However, unless Karrahbooo has some secret video that shows something different other than these 3 angles right here, her innocence is going to be very tough to prove.
Oh, hell no. Oh, no, dude.
That's one person too. I ought to get him too.
Well, I'm watching video of Karrahbooo and Karrahbooo's boyfriend or somebody with him attack one of my pass check people. I got a video right here. I'm watching it. So basically what happened is Karrahbooo walked up and she had her credentials, but she was walking arm in arm with this other gentleman that was wearing this no wristband, no nothing to get in. And they started to argue with my pass check person saying, you know, let us back. I just come off stage. So Tim's like, okay, cool. Give me 1 second, just let me step right back here just to verify who you are. And when he stepped into the door, they pushed the door, and if you saw this video, you'd know exactly what happened here. The dude literally jumped on Tim, and then Karrahbooo like wrapped around his waist and just started swinging.
From this first angle, we can clearly see that 2 people are fighting the security guard backstage checking passes, those 2 people being Karrahbooo and her friend. And while we can't quite pick up the start of the confrontation on this camera, this angle shows otherwise.
Alright, so here they come, right here. So arm in arm, okay? Her credential is on, no bracelets. So he stopped him and said, hey, just give me a minute. The dude in the hat's already yelling and being confrontational. She's sort of standing back for a minute, and then that's where he stepped back to say, wait a minute, just wait a minute, let me verify who you are because you don't have the bracelet on. And then that's when the other video happened.
I go out to pass. There it is. I don't know if you can get in.
So right here, there's Karrahbooo, right? Yeah. So our bartenders get her out of there, get her safe, go to pick her up. She kicks the bartender that helped her, and then right there in his face, he's pushing him. You can see everybody's trying to de-escalate. She's still snapping, and then right here you're going to see her punch him right in the face. So I'm right there, the bald dude. I finally come in like, what's going on? Calm down.
I need security and cop check. I need a security guard and
smack him right in the face again.
Upon review of this footage, again, I'm not sure how Karrahbooo could say that video from the venue could prove anything different. But at the end of the day, this is yet another terrible look for Karrahbooo as an artist. Perhaps she might finally start treating people better now, and maybe her career will turn around too as a result. However, neither of those are very likely.